At this time, I'm calling the March 10th meeting of the County Commission to order. We're honored tonight to have with us Dr. Rosalind Jones, Willie Jones, Dr. Jones. We needed a good preacher here for you. Dr. Jones, you here, I guess she's the pastor of the Pleasant Grove CME Church. Dr. Jones, if you would come forward. If you would just come to the podium. And if that microphone's not right, just get it, put it down and get into it. Dr. Jones will give us our invocation, and then we will remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance of the flag led by Commissioner Antonakis. Dr. Jones, welcome.
Your Honor, it is an honor to be here. What a time, what a time, what a time. Father God, thank you for allowing us to gather together on this evening, Father, in this place, Lord God, looking to see these things that you will do on this evening, Father. I thank you, Father, for all those that are present within the hearing of my voice. I pray for blessings for each and every one. And Father God, I pray for special blessings for those who sit in the commissioners' seats. Each and every one that work tirelessly. I pray that, Lord God, you will give them the wisdom, the discernment, the understanding to do the work that you would have them to do. Always, Lord God, giving honor to you and for your glory. In the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus the Christ, let us say amen. Amen. Amen and amen.
Please face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dr. Jones, we appreciate you coming. She was here, I think, at the January meeting, I believe, and I didn't know who she was. When it was over, I went and spoke to her. She told me she was the pastor at Pleasant Grove, and we invited her to come back to be with us and give the invocation. So we appreciate you coming, and I know Mr. Willie Jones does, because we're gonna roast him in just a few minutes. So. But before then, we're gonna move on with the agenda. We had item number 4, and the agenda is set up by county ordinance as to how we have to go down through item 6. So that has to start the process. The first, only on item 4, is I need a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Tanksley, second by Commissioner Clyde. Any discussion on the motion? Chair is none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, and the motion is carried. Item 5 is the approval of the agenda. I have an addition that I need to put on that I found out about 4:30. At the end of the agenda, which would be, Madam Clerk, I'm going to say 26 and 27 will go down to the adjournment. And anybody's welcome to stay that wants to, if they want to sit here that long, but we will be going into executive session to discuss some legal matters. So that's what the executive session is about. Before I go any further with the departmental reports, I want you to remember.
We need a motion to approve.
I didn't get a motion. Okay, is there a motion that we accept the agenda with the addition?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Antonakis, second by Commissioner Henderson. Any discussion? Chair is none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion's carried. Director Seymour and Director Parton are not here. Director Seymour's mother-in-law, Amy, his wife's mother, passed away Sunday morning. The visitation at Biggs Funeral Home is now 6 to 8 tonight. We're gonna try to be out by time to go by the funeral home. That's the reason he is not here. Ms. Morris will be stepping in his place. So the departmental reports, item 6 is the Office of Emergency Services, Director Broom.
Chairman, Commissioners, you have my submitted reports. I have nothing to add. If there are any questions, I'll help with them.
Any questions to Director Broom? Okay, thank you. We have all of his written reports that we look at. 6B is the Recreation Director, Trail Glaze.
Good afternoon.
Before you get started, I got to pick at you a little bit too. You've been gone 2 months.
Month and a half.
That's close to 2 months, depending on,
Well, a month, because last 2 weeks, my phone been ringing like I was at the job.
feels like it's been 6 years, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Director Glaze.
You have my written statement in front of you. Do you have any questions? It's got my Little League numbers on there for y'all, baseball numbers.
Looks like you got a good crowd out there. I looked at the camera a while ago.
Yeah. Middle school has a game today, and they started up baseball practice today also. And I have basketball going on in Washington starting at 7.
You gonna make up for that 6 weeks?
No, it's okay.
Seriously, we're glad you're back, feeling well, and going. Appreciate everything you do too. Any questions, Director Glaze?
Glad you're back.
Thank you. If you need to leave, you're welcome to leave too. 6C is the Finance Director Dawes.
Chairman, Commissioners, you have our regular monthly reports. If there are no questions, and at your pleasure, I will give you the cash balances.
Okay, go ahead, proceed.
These are the cash and cash equivalent balance report for the month ending February of 2026. Cash in our general fund is $3,939,565. Our cash in our transportation special purpose local option sales tax funds, $2,102,173. Our special purpose local option sales tax 7 fund, $1,734,251. Our solid waste fund, $1,147,966. The emergency fund, $320,290. The water reserve fund, $182,084. And the American Rescue Plan, $149,196. That is, we have more funds than that, but those are our major funds. The total in all of those funds is $6,220,659. Our Raymond James investment accounts, our 12-month CDs, $1,602,084. Our Raymond James Enhanced Saving, $557,936. We have $786 of holding for transfer. That would be interest. Total in Raymond James is $2,160,806. Total cash and cash equivalents in all of our funds and accounts is $8,381,466. As an add-on to that report, Chairman, I will let you know that we made our bond payment, our April bond payment from the Water Reserve Fund, and so that's why that fund balance is lower than it was last month. The other thing is Director Broom and I got an email a couple of weeks ago now since the last meeting that FEMA has closed out our Hurricane Helene account, and GEMA has acknowledged that, and everything is going through process, and Director Broom is anxiously awaiting for them to tell him to come to Atlanta so we can get our last check, which was in the neighborhood of $300,000. I don't remember right off the top of the head.
Well, that sounds good. That will settle up all of our Helene expenses then, once we get that last check.
Yes, sir,
That's
Chairman,
good.
that will settle up all of our direct expenses for her lien, yes, sir. Everything that we've paid out.
Well, that's good. Next is the 6D is the community development. And Ms. Sadie will be here to,
Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. You have my written reports. Do you have any questions?
I think y'all need to have a bunch of questions. This is the first time
That's what I was thinking.
she's first time she's done this, so we ought to just ask a lot of questions. But we won't do you that way. Any questions on the community development? You see all your reports with your water reports and new housing, and we up this year from this time last year a good bit, so a lot of houses are being built in the county. So we appreciate you doing that, and you can sit down if we
Yes, sir.
need you
Thank you.
back in just a little bit. It's a good way to break in with a good crowd, you know what I mean? Huh? We have been talking about an employee appreciation, well, I guess a year along, with our department head meetings, which meets monthly. They didn't do exactly what I had hoped they would do, so county commissioners, we just took it on our own, but they cranking up now. A lot of cities and counties doing the employee of the month. We have a little over 100 employees, but we're gonna do an employee of the quarter. So 4 times a year, we will be recognizing someone. The process is this is gonna work, the department head and the constitutional officers will submit a name every quarter from within their departments. We will have a team of probably 3 to 4 of the department heads to study these and come up with a name that needs to be presented, and then they will present it back to the Board of Commissioners, and we will recognize somebody 4 times a year. Willie Neal Jones, he's making history, as far as I know, and I've been around in and out for 45 years. We've never had an employee of the month, a quarter, a year. So the commissioners want to do this to recognize some employee that has contributed, been around a while. Willie's now an antique. And that takes about, 50 years for it to be an antique. But Willie Neal Wynn has been here a long time, and I'm not going to say a whole lot about it because, Willie, you got such a good crowd here. We'll just read your proclamation. A lot of times we suspend the reading. But we want people to, we want these folks that pray for you every Sunday. And I know I can look out there and tell most of them come from White Rock Baptist Church. And I tell you, that's phenomenal to me. When I looked on the camera before I came up here, and I said, good gracious. I looked back at the agenda to see what kind of zoning issue we had, because that's usually what gets this many folks here. But I'm going to step over here, and I want you and Miss Shirley both to come over to this. And when you talk and you do a little preaching, I want you to get into this thing. Is it up loud enough? Can y'all hear? I can't, but I don't know who else can. Willie, we mighty proud of you, and we got a few things we're going to do for you. But before we do that, we got a proclamation that I'm going to ask the clerk to read before we present it to you.
State of Georgia, County of Lincoln, a proclamation. in honor of Mr. Willie Neal Jones by the Board of Commissioners for Lincoln County, acting by and through its Chief Executive Officer, the Chairman. Whereas Commissioner Henderson, Commissioner Antonakis, Commissioner Clyott, Commissioner Tankersley, and Chairman Norman would like to express their appreciation to Mr. Jones and honor him as Employee of the Quarter for his dedicated service to the residents of Lincoln County for over 40 years. And whereas he originally came to work for Lincoln County on May the 21st of 1982 and retired on July 13th of 2015 after 33 years of serving the citizens of Lincoln County. And whereas he returned on June 10th of 2019 and is still working hard running the county shop and keeping the county's equipment running and in good shape. And whereas Mr. Jones has been with the county through many challenges, changes, and developments, he is always looking for ways to improve efficiencies in the county shop. And whereas Mr. Jones has worked tirelessly to lead the county in its recovery efforts after Hurricane Helene by keeping county equipment running and in good shape. And whereas over his 40 years of employment, Mr. Jones is concerned for the county shop, county equipment, and the employees he works with, as well as the citizens he serves, his work ethic has served as an exceptional example for all county employees. Now therefore, be it proclaimed that the Lincoln County Board of Commissioners wishes to express our sincere appreciation to Mr. Jones for his loyalty to Lincoln County and proudly recognizes and honors Mr. Willie N. Jones as Employee of the Quarter. In witness hereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the county to be hereunto affixed, done at the courthouse in the city of Lincolnton, Georgia, on this 10th day of March, 2026.
Okay, we're going to move over that just in a minute, but before we do that'll kind of conclude things. I want to say before we leave this microphone, though, that this proclamation is pretty and it looks good. And this fall, you might start the first fire with it, I don't know. But I was told your son's in here. This big fella's got a gun. You to daddy. He gonna still listen to daddy, huh? But he told me that every time y'all go somewhere to eat, his mama had to buy the supper. Is that right? Okay. Well, Miss Shirley, what we gonna do, the commissioners are gonna present him with a gift certificate that we will be doing at different local businesses. This one happens to be at Willie Mac's. So you make him buy your supper that time, okay? Don't you do his. Willie, let me say though, Willie and I came just about the same time. I came in 81, Willie came in early 82. And we've been around a lot. We always tease each other, we're gonna stay till the other one leaves, so I hope you ain't planning on going nowhere no time soon. But Willie, I do want you to stand up here and say something. That first time we've ever done is, I don't know if anybody any well-deserved more than you are to be an employee. 40-something years you've been with the county, and you got people from the road department that are here. You know, I remember when there was about 22 people out there. There's nowhere near that many people now, but I see you got some of your fellow workers, so you just say what you want to say.
I want to thank all that came out, support. I want to thank Mr. Norman, the chairman, all that, and all the White Rock Church, my friends and sisters and brothers, all that there. You know, I've been working pretty kind of long, and it really not a bad place to work. But sometimes, you know, you're going to have problems, but we take care of each other out there. And we look out for each other. We cut up with each other and make the day go a little bit better. I want to thank all y'all to come out. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We'll get another picture here when the lead in the background. Thank y'all for coming, and I don't blame you, I'd leave too. We'll give y'all a few minutes to leave. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy.
That's amazing to bring that big of a crowd. That's amazing to have that big of a crowd. Yes.
If y'all want to move up toward the front, you can.
Excuse me.
Okay, we'll start back on agenda item number 8. This is the Donate Life Month proclamation. Is anyone here from Donate for Life? Somebody said they might be coming. Okay. This is a proclamation, and I know it's under Clerk McKellar, but I'm gonna move it on since they're not here. This is a proclamation, is this the one that the month of April is?
Yes, sir.
The month of April is Donate for Life, your organs for life. Since they're not here, we're just gonna suspend the reading of this proclamation.
Yes, sir.
And we will mail it to, I think they gave you an address or
Yes, sir.
something to mail back to, so that will go. Item number 9 is the Government Finance Professionals Work Proclamation. Director Dawes, this is for your office, really, isn't it?
Yes, sir, Chairman, and we appreciate it.
I'm gonna ask the clerk if she'll start reading, and I'll probably suspend the reading if you don't mind. And I know that I read it somewhere where they want copies of this sent to somewhere, but I
Yes, sir.
guess you, Director Dawes, can take care of it. If you would read the proclamation, Madam Clerk.
State of Georgia, County of Lincoln, a proclamation. Whereas government finance professionals perform essential services that ensure the effective, transparent, and responsible management of public funds for the benefits of residents throughout the state of Georgia. And whereas government finance professionals serve their communities through their expertise in budgeting, accounting, treasury management, procurement, debt administration, auditing, physical reporting, and long-range financial planning, thereby supporting the lawful and efficient operation of state, county, and municipal governments. And whereas these dedicated professionals uphold the highest standards of ethic, integrity, accuracy, and accountability, fostering public trust and safeguarding the physical health of local government institutions.
Madam Clerk?
Yes, sir.
Without objection from the board, I'm going to suspend the reading of the proclamations. Any objection? Chair is none, is suspended.
Yes, sir.
The next one, item 10. That's the two of them, right? Yeah. Donut Life and the Government Finance. So this time we are at item 10, and this will be we'll go into our public hearing. Is there a motion that we go into our public hearing for zoning models?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Antoniakis, second by Commissioner Clyde. Any discussion? Chair is none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, and the motion's carried. Let me get to where I'm at. The first one we go ahead. Or you want me to do it? You got it, go ahead.
Okay. Last night, the planning commission heard the following request for Mr. Johnson at 1071 Dixie Lane to apply for a side setback variance, and the recommendation is the approval by the Board of Commissioners.
Okay, we got a recommendation from the Planning Commission of approval for a 5-foot setback on a side setback for a building, I guess it's a storage building, Mr. Johnson, is that what you put there? If you would, come up here. I guess y'all see Mr. Johnson lives at 1071 Dixie Lane, and that's a building you put that, it was too close to the property line of your neighbor.
Yes, he purchased it.
His father.
Oh, your neighbor was,
My father did. I'm here on his behalf. He had to work.
okay. We have a recommendation from the Planning Commission that we do it. Let me ask this. Is there anyone here that wants to speak against this variance? It's not. So I'm assuming you're the one gonna speak for it. So is there any questions for any of the commissioners to Mr. Johnson?
I do not have any questions.
I have one.
Commissioner Tankersley?
Has the permit been purchased?
The permit, so I think he's purchased the permit now. I'm not sure. No.
Okay.
Any other questions, Mr. Johnson? Ms. Morris, did you say you step back up that way because it's going on that county?
Yes, sir. He won't be able to purchase the permit until after the approval.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got that. That makes good sense, okay. All right, the next one that we will do, we'll vote on this after we come out of the public hearing, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Y'all thought I was gonna mess up, but I didn't. I usually do. The next three that we have, y'all are familiar with it. We have discussed in our work session a couple of times of what we were doing on this and worked with the county attorney on it. This is something that's relatively new in a reversion. So we have three that we are going to discuss reverting back to the original zone it was before, at least a year ago. Some of them's been 10 years ago. So if you would, I'll let you go through the first one. The first one's gonna be the applicant for Mr. Joe Sapp, and I do see where the Planning Commission has last night recommended that we do something, but you go ahead. I'm taking
Yes,
your-
sir. Lincoln County is applying for the zoning reversion for this property at 1744 McCormick Highway, owned by Mr. Joseph Sapp. The reversion is to go back to the original A3 zoning, which is lakefront agricultural. This property has not been used for commercial purposes in the last 10 years.
Okay.
It's
Any-
currently zoned C3 zoning, which is heavy commercial.
Say that again.
It's currently zoned C3, which is heavy commercial.
Okay. Is Mr. Sapp here? Mr. Sapp, do you want to speak to the commissioners? If you do, come to the front.
Good evening, everybody. Okay, I'm Joe Sapp. We lived in the county since late 80s. As my kids grew up and things changed, you know, the family went different ways. So anyway, in the process of living in Lincoln County, I bought a piece of property from the old Dunaway Ranch. The property that I bought from the Dunaway Ranch was the old Dunaway contracting office. It was on the McCormick Highway out there just before you turn to Soap Creek, Lodge and Marina on Soap Creek Road. That was before any bridges were built going to McCormick, before any bridges were across Soap Creek. The house was built in 1934. So it was a commercial business back in 1934. Okay, so anyway, when in the process of buying it, we petitioned with Miss Colleen Dunaway, you know, she was the owner of the property, to buy it on the consensus that it would be able to be zoned commercial. Well, anyway, we worked through that process back in 2002, so I purchased the property. I had been running a dock building business since, I think it was 96 or 97, before then. You know, so anyway, when we bought the property up on the highway, that threw our hat in the ring to be up on the highway frontage, proper storefront, be able to, you know, properly talk with customers and stuff like that. So anyway, the business started, first thing we had to do when we bought the property is dig it out. You couldn't even see the house from the road. So I spent, not hiding anything, I spent $35,000 for the property, and I spent another $30,000 cleaning it up and getting it where we could do anything with it. Then we put a fence across the front of it, made us the lot in the back so we could keep tools and materials back there. And anyway, we operated the business side of it to 2009. I dug through all my records, and I actually found the placards from for the business license up to 2009. Okay, 2009, if we all remember, that was when our mini recession hit, and I learned a very painful lesson. There's one thing that everybody that lives on the lake can do without, and that is a boat dock. So we went from building about 40 a year down to 2009, nothing. So I had to go to work. I had a family to support. So when y'all go across the McCormick Bridge, there's 9 vents on that bridge. Joe Sapp built 7 of them. So, you know, I went to work. After that, in the process of that, I was trying to get down to SRS. I did land a job at SRS, had to suck up my pride and go all the way back and be hired by the ironworkers. And came in as a first-year apprentice after running a manufacturing business for all those years. I sucked it up. Within 3 years of being at SRS, I'm a superintendent. So I went straight up. They knew what they had, so anyway, it paid off. I have been taking care of this property the entire time. Now, granted, there's been a few slowdowns, COVID, and one of the hardest things we've had to deal with is the Johnson grass. That was before the house was built, when the Dunaway Ranch was running. That was the feed lot up there on top of that hill. And I'm telling you, every cow that ate a bale of hay and did his business on top of that hill, that grass is still growing. So if it's a wet season, you can cut that grass every 3 days and you still can't stay ahead of it. But anyway, to make a long story short, I have been spending on the average of maybe $300 to $3,500 a year just to do maintenance, plus then the taxes, you know, for the last however long I've had the property. That was not under my understanding that I had to maintain a business license to keep that zoning, only maintain the property. So anyway, that was what I have done. In the course of all of that, I'm 64 and a half years old, and I'm getting ready to retire from SRS. And in how life makes changes, we knew this was going to be happening in 64. So in 2023, we started reworking the house. You know, the wood was put on the house, the bands and stuff were put on the house back when it was built, in the original wood. So we started replacing the wood, going through the house, getting it ready to be able to be used again, because it had been sitting for a while. And we started cleaning up the lot because we knew what we wanted to do. So it's not like I've heard the word abandoned. The house has never, the lot has never been abandoned. Okay, and I've also heard things about some of the local people that have bought houses up and down 378 are concerned with the C3 zoning. I have had, not exaggerating, I've had more than a dozen offers on that place for what I would seem reasonable. I haven't sold it to a single one because nobody respected what it was. You know, I'm a historian buff. And that house being, in that office being what it was, in my book, should be on a historical register. But anyway, I've been taking care of it. So the plan was to have all our ducks in a row, so when I retired, I'm gonna come up here and finish what we started 25 years ago. And, you know, here I am, you know, planning to retire at the end of March, just a couple of weeks. We already have done the research and negotiation with MPCI in Atlanta to buy the metal buildings, to put up the warehouse buildings, to continue on with it. And this is the next step. I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. If it was simply a business license, I would have maintained it, but I didn't think a business license had anything to do with it. So, but anyway, what I have done is I've wrote a statement for the commissioners. And there is a plat, not a plat, but a conceptual drawing in here of what the intent of moving on with the property. And what I would like to do is table this decision until we've had more time to talk. I have, I've been blindsided about this, okay? As far as the hearing and stuff, I know it's been posted and there's a sign in front of the property. The only reason why I know any of this was happening is because I was coming back from the cabin on Sunday. I came through Hartwell to visit with my 94-year-old dad, and I came down 79, and I said, well, let me check the grass, see if the place needs to be mowed. And I pulled up there, and there's a sign. That's the only reason why I knew any of this was going on. So, anyway, I have a statement, signed statement, that I would like the commissioners to read and understand and take a minute to absorb it. And then there, like I said, there is a conceptual drawing of what we are talking about doing. It's more than boat sheds. There's a retail sales for lakefront type equipment, you know, boat lifts and stuff. And then, of course, then there would be an office for a rental piece of property for an office with a compound in the back. So if it's a general contractor or somebody else, they have the legal front. So anyway, that's what I propose, is that we table this until we get some more discussion and really know what the impact is of what we're doing. And that's what I request, if you could.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Is anybody else here that'd like to speak, for or against? Okay, we'll bring, yes, hand it, give it to Commissioner Tanksley and they can.
Good, how about you, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Sapp.
Thank you.
The next one is 10C. The applicant is Mr. Alfred Garnett. Is he here? Mr. Garnett here. Ms. Morris.
So the property, Lincoln County is applying for a zoning reversion on this property at 4246 Augusta Highway, owned by Mr. Alfred Garnett, back to a A2 interior agricultural zoning. The property has not been used for commercial purposes since being zoned C1, which is neighborhood commercial. The recommendation by the Planning Commission is approval by the Board of Commissioners.
Anyone here to speak for or against this?
I got a
Okay.
question, Mr. Chairman, if I could.
Commissioner Clyde.
How large a lot is this? Real small lot, isn't it?
3/4 of an acre.
Yes, sir.
3/4 acre?
0.75.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, the next one is 10D. The applicant is Mr. Richard Smith. Ms. Morris.
Lincoln County is applying for a zoning reversion on 1850 Gills Point Road, owned by Mr. Richard Smith, to revert this property back to A2, which is interior agricultural zoning. The property has not been used for commercial purposes since being zoned C1 neighborhood commercial.
Is Mr. Smith here? Is it anyone here that wants to speak for or against the reversion of this tract? There being none, is there any questions by the commissioners? Is there a motion that we come out of our public hearing?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Tankersley, second by Commissioner Clyde to come out of the public hearing. Any discussion on the motion? Chair hears none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion is carried, and we are out of our public hearing and back into the regular meeting of the County Commission. We will take these up at this time. We go back to 10A, which is going to be Mr. Johnson. We have a recommendation from the Planning Commission for approval of the 5-foot setback. I will ask for a motion to accept the recommendation from the Planning Commission to grant a setback of 5 foot for map 61-A partial 103. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
That's second.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Tankersley, second by Commissioner Antonakis. Any discussion on the motion? Chair hears none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, and Mr. Johnson, your setback has been approved. If you will, sometime the next day or two, go across the street, you know where to go, I guess, to community development across the street. And I think they probably told you, if they did, and I will, your permit is double now. I don't know what it was, but it's double because you didn't get it to start with, so maybe that'll make you think if somebody does it again or watching this. But anyway, if you see Ms. Morris or someone across the street, they can take care of you now. Okay, our next one is going to be 10B, is Mr. Sapp. Let me make a few comments before we start on this. We all heard Mr. Sapp, and we have something from him. Mr. Sapp called and talked to me one day, I think last week or week before last. I know he's been talking to Director Seymour and some of them on this. Mr. Sapp, you're not the only one, as you heard tonight. There's 2 others. There's 3 this month, and it's going to be 3 or 4 next month, and 3 or 4 the next month. I think we got about 10 or 12 that have been done. Some of them have been there probably 15 years, that nothing's ever been done about the reversion of zoning that's been in the books for a long time. Is not uncommon. It's been a little uncommon here, but it's not uncommon in any county that you go to. Most counties have it that if you don't do something 12 or 18 months, it automatically reverts back to the zoning it was. Everything can change with zoning. Mr. Sapp got this, I believe, 2002 is when he was first given this revision. This was before 2003 when the county adopted the codes that we go by now, which we make amendments and changes, like the General Assembly is changing laws up there faster than they can print them out. We have to do that, and we're looking at our ordinances now to make some changes. In fact, we got an intern that's going to be hired from some college that's going to work with the county attorney and community development and others on some of this stuff with our ordinances now. In 2002, when this was granted, the county didn't have as many as we have now, and we're going to propose to y'all to add some more C's and A's as we go down the road, because things are changing. This is an old deal. I support the Planning Commission's recommendation today. This does not stop anybody tonight or in the future of reapplying for a zoning change. This does not mean that it's over and it's done with and it's going to be A3 from now on. C3 is what you have now. It's not big enough, but if it was a big enough tract of property, you could put a data center on it. You can put a nuclear plant on it. It's just the worst zoning we have. And it was done at the time for Mr. Sapp. We had no other place to put it under a couple of Cs we had under commercial. So it was put under C3. And I think the original intent, and when it was passed at C3, was to put the fabrication of the boat docks there. Now, if you did it and you wanted to put boat docks, it wouldn't come under a C anyway, it'd come under a M, manufacturing, 1, 2, or 3, or whichever one it is. This does not deny you the right to do whatever you were talking about doing there tonight. Only thing it's going to do, if they vote for it, it's going to go back to an A3, which is what everything down through there is. If you have something in the future that you want to do that, then you can come back to community development, apply for another zoning for whichever one you want. You won't get a C3, because that's terrible. But if you want to do it to build boat docks or to have a office building or warehouses or what you're talking about, we have not denied any boat warehouses, RV warehouses, or any of that. Lincoln County is a lake community, just like Lake Lanier. Drive up there and look at it. We have not been opposed to the boat dock. The boat storage is what I'm trying to say. I can't guarantee you that would happen, because I don't know when you're going to do it, and I don't know who the planning commission changes every so many years, and the county commissioners change every so many years. But you have the right to come back and do it if it is something that fits in that area and in our comprehensive plan that we by law have to do. In fact, we fix to start on it, I think, next year. Year after next, it's back again. But you can go back and have it rezoned, and if it's something that fits the community, fits the area that you want to go into it, I don't think you'd have a problem with the zoning to have it rezoned back to something else. But I'm going to ask for a motion to accept the recommendation of the Planning Commission on the revision of C3 back to its original zone of A3, map 37, partial 046C. I'd entertain a motion to accept the recommendation of the Planning Commission. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, so the reason for doing this is just to clear up areas in the county that are lingering. Is that, I just want to make sure I understand. And if he comes to us with a variance request or to have it rezoned, we can look at it and grant that variance for his business, correct?
If any of them want to come back for rezoning, they go through the normal process that anybody would. If somebody else lived on the McCormick Highway, it wasn't his property, they want to do something different with it that A3 does not allow, then they would go through the planning process, go to the planning commission, they'd make a recommendation to county commissioners. Of course, county commission has the final say so. And it could be changed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But what we're doing is we're changing the ones that nothing has been done on. This has really been done since 2002. Should have been done a long time ago, but we never have done them. That's the reason we're looking at the ones we got now to where something, the whole areas and places can change in 10 years or 20 years. So it might be something that you don't want back. I certainly wouldn't want a C3 out there. That's wide open. I mean, you can build a missile plant out there if it was big enough. I don't think we'd be doing the people of the county right if we don't retail these, put them back, let them go back through the process to see if the area and what they want fits that area. I don't think that a C3, if a C3 would make it. I mean, that's just anything you want to put there. That's strong. And Mr. Sapp don't want a C3. He's not going to come ask us for a C3. He's going to come ask probably for a C1 or a C2 at the most. So I don't think he'd have a problem with the current planning commission or the current commission to put something out there that he's wanting to talk about. I don't think he would. He wouldn't with me. But I don't think he would. But I got a problem with some of the zones that we got that was done before we had the ordinances that we have today. And this should have been done a long time ago. It just wasn't. I can't ask why he needed a 10 or 12 or not. But with that said, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion, Mr.
I
Chairman.
have a motion. Is there a second? I can't make a motion. I can vote, but I can't make a motion. Is there a second? One more time.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second that it goes back from C3 to A3. Any discussion on the motion by Commissioner Antonakis, second by Commissioner Tankersley?
I would just like to say that,
Commissioner Antonakis.
we want business, so whatever you come to us with, I definitely want to see something happen there. So we will support you with your rezoning, with your business, with all of that, so.
Ms. Sapp, if you're going to talk, you need to come to the podium. I'm really getting out of what I'm supposed
I
to do.
understand, and
This
all I
part
was
of
just saying-
speaking in the middle of a motion, I don't want to set that precedent.
Okay, so anyway.
Thank you.
I am 100% by Lincoln County doing what's right for Lincoln County. Okay, I've raised my kids here. We don't have a house here anymore, but they're here every weekend. What I have an issue with is from the C3 to the A1.
Mr. Sapp, let me stop you. I can't let this go on while we got a motion and a second. It's in discussion of the commissioners, not the public at this time. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
I understand what you're saying, and you understand. You've been told by Robbie, you've been told by the planning commission, and you've been told by the commission. You can come over there tomorrow and bring you what you want for a new zone, and if you want to do it. I want to see something good go there, as I do all over the county. But I don't want to see what could be put there if you sold it to somebody for a C3. We have really done it. We have not done our jobs, and every one of us ought to be run off if we let that happen. And that's the reason we can't, I don't think that we can let it happen. Now, if I had got a vote in a second, I think to send it back over there and try to get it killed next month. But I got a motion and a second. Any discussion by the commissioners? Commissioner Henderson.
Okay, so if it was used for commercial in the past, why are we changing it to A3? What's the reason for going to A3 instead of a commercial?
Because nobody's applied for something different than what it was when it was done as a C3, which is the worst you can have. We repeat myself.
Well, I mean, I understand that.
So you don't just go back now and go through the process of changing it to a C2 or C1. You wouldn't do that. It would have to go back through the process to do it.
Okay.
So now it goes back to the original of what it was, and then somebody, he's welcome to come back anytime he wants to and reapply for whatever he wants. He can come for a manufacturing or whatever. Don't mean you might not get that, but what what you told me you wanted to do, I don't think you got a problem. And I just think we have to look after the integrity of the county. This county's growing, and if we don't control it and put things where they need to be, then we're doing a disservice, I think, to the generations to follow us behind. Any other discussion? Commissioner Clyde.
Do we have the authority to, if we feel like he had a C3, which I'm like you, that opens it up too broad and might really hurt us down the road, to give him a C2 on this?
Depends on what he wants to do, Commissioner Clyde.
What
I
he's
don't know
talking-
I don't know exactly what comes into a C2. And I can't say that we can or we can't. I'm saying that if the planning commission recommends it and we agree with it, we can go with a C2. That would be up to us, but it would have to go through the process, go through the planning commission. They would make a recommendation. That's all they can do. They can make a recommendation to deny or approve a C2 or M1 or whatever. Then it comes to the county commissioners as a recommendation, and the county commissioners has to finally say so as to what it happens. We can override the planning commission. We don't usually send it back, let them do it, try to get something worked out. But
I just feel like this is kind of an unusual case to
well,
me. It's not our area.
it's unusual for Lincoln County because we've never done it, to my knowledge. But it's not unusual that it happens, and probably we're going to be bringing to the commission, as I said earlier, 12 or 18 months at the most. If somebody hadn't done what they wanted to do with that, we're going to revert it back automatically, not even have to come back here. And that's what most counties do. We're 20 years behind on what we do, is the reason we wanting to look at this whole ordinance. No more discussion. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Roll call. Commissioner Henderson. Yea or nay? Let's go.
Yay.
Commissioner Antonakis.
Yay.
Commissioner Clyde.
Nay.
Commissioner Tankersley. Okay, it passes on a 3-1 vote. Ken say, let the record show I'm for it too. Okay, thank you, Mr. Sappin. You're welcome to come back with your new ones, and we'll try to be a little different. Thank you. The next one is a revision of Mr. Garnett. And, well, I don't know that you have to come. You've been here and talked to us. Let's move this on. We all want to go to a funeral home. We have talked to this one. We know what it is. This one is a C1 on 3/4 of an acre. And we asked to revert it back to an A2, which is the original zone it was. This one's also been 10 years or longer. I ask for a motion to accept the recommendation of the Planning Commission on the reversion of C1 neighborhood commercial to A2 interior agriculture, map 55B, parcel 052. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Clyde, second by Commissioner Antonakis. Any discussion? Chair is none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
And the motion is carried. The next one is 10D. The applicant is Richard Smith, and this one hadn't been too long ago. This one's been the shortest one, I think, of any that will come. But this is up on Gill Point Road, and we want to change this from a C1 neighborhood commercial. This is where he was going to put some boat docks, if y'all remember. Never happened. Back to an A2. And let me do say too, all these people we talking about, we've been in contact with, they all got certified return receipt letters stating that and knowing it was posted on the property, and it was run in the Lincoln Journal for so many weeks. So I'm asking for a motion that we accept the recommendation of the Planning Commission.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
and change this from a C1 neighborhood to an A2. Have a motion, second.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Antonakis, second by Commissioner Henderson. Any discussion on the motion? Chair is none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign, and the motion is carried. All right, everything else has came before us, I believe, at some point in time, so I'm gonna move this quick. Next one is Mr. Decaron was at the Planning Commission unless, are you prepared, Ms. Morris, to talk on this or not? Pardon me? Okay, you fine, we'll handle it.
Chairman, I can speak to it if you need.
I don't really, let me do it this way. Mr. Decaron and Mr. Laney met with us at the work session, and we talked about it. We have a lease with the Army Corps of Engineers for 3 campgrounds, Broad River, Hestus Ferry, Clay Hill. We have subleased that. The Corps will not lease it to private entities. They give it to county governments, we can sublease it, which is what we've done for 5 or 6 years with Mr. Laney. Mr. Laney is retired, and he's selling his LLC to Scott and Diane Decaron. They will be taking over when? April the 1st. So I think we know enough about this. This is Cherokee's not in this, is that correct, or is it?
Cherokee's not in, that's a separate sublease.
Okay. This is a sublease, and I'm asking for a motion to approve the sublease, the 3 campgrounds, Broad River, Hester Ferry, and Clay Hill, to Georgia Freshwater Campground LLCs owned by Scott and Diane Decaron. And I entertain a motion.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Have a motion, second.
Second.
Motion's by Commissioner Henderson. What am I doing wrong? Second by Commissioner Antonakis. Any discussion on the motion? Chair has none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign, and the motion's carried. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. Yes, but you got to come to the podium.
I know that y'all just talked about the 3 campgrounds, but it's also in the contract that Cherokee is on a month-to-month basis with freshwater campgrounds. So will that be included in that?
That will not, we'll bring that back up when we get our sublease. They're working on that now.
We haven't got it back from the Corps yet.
All right, thank y'all.
But it's a month to month, so I guess you can keep going until we get it back. Is that right?
That is correct.
All right, thank
And
y'all.
then that one would come back to us.
Thank y'all. I
We don't
appreciate
have it yet. Okay, thank you for the question. Item 12, architectural services for the 1823 Exchange Project. This went through the work session about 2.5 hours last week, so we'll move this one quick.
Yes, Chairman and Commissioners, I just asked for approval to move forward with the contract with 2KM Architects to get started on our 1823 Exchange project.
Okay, don't leave the podium in case there's a question. I'm going to ask for a motion to authorize the chairman to execute the standard form agreement with 2KM Architects Incorporated for architectural services related to the 1823 Exchange, which is the Lamar Blanchard Seed Project, and it's consistent with the firm's prior selection approved by the Board of Commissioners in July of 25 under motion number 25-07-148, following the formal RFP process. This is in the amount of $70,000 to be paid by the Lincoln County Development Authority at no cost to Lincoln County Board of Commissioners. Is there a motion?
A second.
Motion by Commissioner Tankersley, second by Commissioner Clyde. Any discussion? Any questions to Ms. Director McNeese? There being none, all in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign, the motion's carried. Item 14 is the CSRA RC Grant Administration Services Agreement, Director McNeese.
Yes, Chairman and Commissioners, this is another agreement with the CSRA to help with grant administration and expertise specifically in historical restoration, which is really key to the 1823 house. This is $20,000 to be paid probably at the end of the project, but we need the
Okay.
contract.
All right, Attorney Gracie, I didn't ask you on the last, but you on the agenda too. Do you have any, you know just to butt in if I'm doing it right, don't you?
Yes, sir. I don't have any questions.
Okay. I'm going to ask for a motion to authorize the chairman to execute the administrative service agreement with the CSRA Regional Commission in the amount of $20,000 for grant administration and compliance services related to the 1823 Exchange Seed project to be paid by the Lincoln County Development Authority. Say a motion.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Antonakis, second by Commissioner Henderson. Any discussion? Chair is none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, motion's carried.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate all you doing too. You got a lot going on, and I know you do. And we appreciate it. It's like a garden. You planted, it takes several months for it to come together. You planted some seeds, it's taken several years for it to come together. Looks like we got a lot of things coming together that we're gonna be able to announce before long, hopefully. Director Meadows, I know you're ready to get through with yours. This is the FY26 GDOT Transit Fund Program allocation. You don't have to talk too long because we are familiar with this one too, but bring it to us.
Chairman Norman, Commissioners, I would like to request the board's approval to apply for a grant that will be fully funded by the Georgia Department of Transportation Transit Trust Fund Program. It's a non-matching grant of $9,978. We've received this grant in previous years. The funds would be for small capital gains items that will improve the ability of the transit system to function more efficiently. These items requested will also improve the safety of our participants and drivers.
Okay, you heard the request. I'll ask for a motion to approve Director Matters to apply for and accept the non-matching grant in the amount of $9,978 from the Georgia DOT for the 26 Transit Trust Fund Program. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Tankersley, second by Commissioner Clyde. Any discussion? Chair is none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion's carried. Thank you, Director
Thank
Meadows. You're welcome to leave too. Or you can stay if you want to. Item 15 is the purchase of new computers and monitors. Director Walton.
I'll be real short. Chairman and Commissioners, we're asking for up to $40,000 to start the process of replacing our 7-year-old workstations. We're starting to see a few problems, compatibility issues, security issues, and this will replace around 20 of our workstations. So we ask for your approval.
You heard the request from Director Walton. He presented to us at the work session last week. I'll ask for a motion to approve Director Walton to purchase Phase 1 computer workstation replacement in the amount not to exceed $40,000. It will be paid from the Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax 7 Tier 2. Say a motion.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Henderson, second by Commissioner Antonakis. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Tankersley.
may I ask Director Walton a question?
Yes, sir. Proceed.
Director Walton, how far along do you think this $40,000 is going to carry us? As far as if you had to put it in a percentage-wise for the county, as far as getting us where we needed to be at the current time to upgrade the computer systems?
Recognizing that prices are going up, I would say that our target is 25 to 30% of the total. We have right now have about 79 we need to replace. This will do at least 20.
Sounds good.
Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign, motion's carried. Item number 16, Facility Scheduling Software Director Doss.
Chairman, Commissioners, this came in after our meeting, although we did mention it. We have received a quote from Civic Plus. We already have software from them that we're using. They have a recreation management software that's used in Elbert County and Columbia County and the city of Grovetown that will do exactly what we want with the agricultural arena. This software, and Chairman, you and I had talked, I originally thought it was $5,000 for the first year and $5,000 for the second year, but I got my numbers wrong when I talked to when I talked back with our representative, and so the two numbers should have added up together for that year one cost. So the year one-time investment, which will include all of the startup cost as well as the first 17 months of this contract, will be $11,088.41, and then in next July we will renew it at $5,315. We will be able to pay for this out of our hotel motel tax fund, both the one-time cost as well as the recurring cost. The other thing that we'll be able to do with this, in addition to scheduling the Ag Arena events, we will be able to use it for scheduling the Lincoln Center, as well as scheduling all of the athletic registrations that our recreation department uses.
Okay, you heard the request. This is different from what we talked about at the work session, correct?
We didn't have a price at the work session, Chairman, but this is different than you and I talked about after the work session.
Okay, and this is, now this $11,088.16, that's for what, 16 months?
Yes, sir, that will get us from this month startup all the way through June 30th of 2027. Yes, sir.
And that's $11,088.41, and then our annual deal that we will pay every year, as long as we choose to do it, is $5,315.
Yes, sir, Chairman.
And so this 11 is a one-time deal, and the 55 will be, is the 55, is that $5,300 for the first year included in this 11, or we got to pay
Yes, sir.
11 plus?
No, sir. The first year will include our software license and maintenance. The bulk of that charge is also set up as well. There's some setup that has to be done on the other side.
I ask for a motion to approve the facility and recreation scheduling software of $11,088.41 to be paid from the hotel motel tax as recommended by Director Doss. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Antonakis, second by Commissioner Henderson. Any discussion? Commissioner Clyde.
I just wanted to ask Director Doss, did we check with Columbia County, City of Grovetown, and Elbert County to see if they were happy with this product?
Yes, sir, we did, and they're using it very well.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Item 17 is the purchasing cards, clerk of court, probate court, and tax commissioner, Director Doss.
Chairman, Commissioners, as we discussed in the work session, last September, the Board of Commissioners adopted two policies. One is a purchasing card policy for county offices and for the Board of Commissioners, and the second one was a purchasing policy for county officers. At the October meeting, the purchasing card policy, the sheriff adopted the purchasing card policy for his office, and he was issued a purchasing card. The clerk of court, Amanda Doss, tax commissioner, Linda Wilgos, and the probate judge, Judge Taylor, have also now all adopted the county's purchasing card policy, and they all are requesting purchasing cards.
Okay, you heard the recommendation from the finance director, Doss. I need a motion to add these three to the purchase, these three elected people that mentioned, probate judge, clerk of court, and tax commissioner, sheriff's already included in it. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
A second?
A second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Henderson, second by Commissioner Clyde. Any discussion on the motion? Chair is none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. All opposed, like sign, and the motion's carried. Item 18 is the Water Fund ARP Expense Director, Doss.
Chairman, Commissioners, as we discussed in the work session, and unfortunately, I don't have that note.
I got it. You want me to take it?
I got it right here, Chairman.
Sorry. As we discussed in the work session, Chairman, there are repairs that need to be made to the the water fund. We have $20,906 in repairs to lift stations. We have $7,100 in repairs that need to be made at the Double Branches Water Plant, and $11,750 that need to be made at one of our forced main sewer lines. We also have two legal bills, one for $26,513 for the Serenity suit, and $21,915 for the Renard suit. The total is $88,186. We are asking the Board of Commissioners to authorize myself and the chairman to transfer the $88,186.93 from our ARP fund into our water fund so that we can pay these bills.
Okay, you heard the recommendation, and I'm asking for a motion to approve the reimbursement of the water fund in the amount of $88,186.39 from the American Rescue Plan Fund. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
I second this, Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Antonakis, second by Commissioner Clyde. Any discussion on the motion? Chair hears none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. The motion's carried. Item number 19. We discussed this at the work session. This is where the Providence Ferry Homeowners Association would like to place new lights around the entrance to the subdivision. They would need to cut the road in 2 places and then repair the road after installation. And we were provided a drawing of that and talked about it. So what we need tonight is the recommendation from Director Seymour is to approve the right-of-way encroachment at Providence Ferry. It must comply with county regulations and no expense to the county. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second?
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Tankersley, second by Commissioner Henderson. I did that because that's his district. Any discussion on the motion? Chair hears none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign, motion's carried. Thank y'all. Item 20 is the solid waste monitoring well. Director Seymour is not here. I think I can handle that one. We discussed it too. This is where we've got to have a post-closure monitoring well that's gone out at the old landfill that's been closed for half of my life. But we're still under the jurisdiction of the Environmental Protection Division. We have no choice really but to do it. Y'all familiar with it? We got to drill a new well and all out at the old landfill to monitor leachate. I need a motion to approve up to $10,000 for a new monitoring well at the old landfill as required by the Georgia Department of Georgia Economic EPD, Environmental Protection Division. I'm used to them economics.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
I have a motion.
Second.
I second.
Well, let me finish this thing because we got to do this, and that's, I need it for the record in the minutes, and that's to replace GWC-4R. That's the number of the one that we're having to redo. And this will be paid from the solid waste fund. Now, we have a motion by Commissioner Henderson. Is there a second?
I second.
Motion by Commissioner Henderson, second by Commissioner Clyde. Any discussion? Chair hears none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion is carried. Item number 21 is a loader bucket and a forklift for a tractor that the county owns. We talked about this. Commissioner Tankersley was in the lead man on getting all of this done. And this is to purchase a loader bucket with forks and the addition of a third knob up there. I'm asking for a motion. This tractor will be mostly stationed out at the Recreation Ag Complex. Can use it wherever we need it if we have to, but that's where it will remain. And it was an existing tractor that the county had. We just need to put this equipment on it to make it work the needs. We need a motion to approve the purchase of a loader bucket with forks and installation of a third valve and this includes all installation to Wilson Tractor Company in the amount not to exceed $12,000, and it will be paid from the Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax number 7, Tier 2. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Tanksley, second by Commissioner Henderson. Any discussion? Chair hears none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion's carried. Number 22 is to assign equipment to Beulah Fire Department. I will take care of this one. We're gonna need two motions on this one. One, we're gonna need a motion to approve removing hazmat trailers of 2005. The number is IUK 500 E2951055-883 from the surplus list that we placed it on at the February meeting. So we're just asking to take this off of the list that you approved to put it on as surplus, so now it will not be surplus. Is there a motion?
I make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Clyde, second by Commissioner Henderson. Any discussion? Chair hears none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All this was discussed, so we all know what we're voting on, but the second motion is to assign the 2005 hazmat trailer, IUK 500 E2951055-883, to the Beulah Fire Department for the purpose of housing a cascade system that the volunteer fire department purchased. The trailer will remain the property of Lincoln County. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Henderson, second by Commissioner Antonakis. Any discussion on the motion? Chair hears none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, and the motion's carried. Director Seymour, Director Broom want to be handling that. I guess Director Broom. The next item is 23. This is something that comes before us each and every year. This is our cooperative agreement with the Georgia Forestry Commission to fight forest fires in the county, as well as cutting fire breaks and this type of thing. It's set in law, all counties do it. It's 81,450 acres at 10 cents per acre that we have historically paid the State Forestry Commission an annual amount of $8,145. This is a budgeted item in the general fund. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Tangley, second by Commissioner Henderson. Any discussion on the motion?
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Henderson.
We've had several situations here lately where we required the services of the Georgia Forest Commission to fight forest fires, and the response time is not good. We've had, I think the last one was what, over 2.5 hours? Wasn't it? The last, when the fire down in Double Branches, I thought it took longer than that. Didn't it take longer? I thought it took longer than that for one of them.
Hold on just a minute. Are you picking this up? Or you need to go to, if you're going to, You know what, though? Sit back down, Scott.
Well, what I was going to ask is, can we add a request with this that the Forest Commission improve the response time of their firefighting units to Lincoln County?
I tell you what I will do. To answer you, I don't want to include it in this motion, but what we will do, Clerk McKellar, if you will, make a note that I'll get with Director Broom, we'll get with Director Aycock, we'll get some of the times of when the foresters come through dispatch, where we know the exact times. Then I will send a letter on behalf of the commissioners that we would like to step that up, and then we can also copy Senator Anderson and Representative Leverett with that, so they'll know in case we need them to talk to the Forest Commission. But we all know that we no longer have a tractor and have for a long time in Lincoln County. It's either got to come from Washington, and sometimes I understand from Crawfordville. But I will do that for you if that suits you.
Yes, sir.
Don't let me forget that, Madam Clerk. Any other questions? All in favor of the motion, let it be known, saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, the motion's carried. Item 24 is something that comes up each and every year. We'll do this in one motion. This is for the Jeff and Sherry Easter Homecoming and the Little Roy and Lizzie Festival. They back to back. In a couple of weeks, you have some stuff in your books of the dates and when this happens. We have in the last several years given them $2,000 apiece for a total of $4,000 to help promote their. What they do is these tablets, these things you see in here that advertises Lincoln County, and it brings people into the county for this so we can pay for it out of our hotel motel tax, the total amount being $4,000, two apiece. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Tangley, second by Commissioner Clyde. Any discussion on the motion? Chair is none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion is carried. We have an appointment to the Region 6 EMS Council. I'd like to recommend it. We appoint Director Dawn Aycock to work with Director Casey Broom. She is the Director of the 911 Communication System. If I mentioned that to y'all, is there a motion that we appoint her to serve on the EMS Council?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Tangley, second by Commissioner Antonakis. Any discussion on the motion? Chair hears none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion is carried. 25B is Animal Services Board, Commissioner Henderson.
I am not prepared for this yet. Mr.
Okay.
Chairman.
We'll go from that one to 25C is the Recreation Advisory Board, Commissioner Clyde.
Yes, sir. I'd like to appoint Tori Zellers to that. And I thought.
Is that T-O-R-R-Y?
T-O-R-R-I.
T-O-R-R-I.
Right, Zellers.
Zellers, Z-E-A-L-L-A-R. We have a motion by Commissioner Clyde, as he is to appoint Tori Zellers to the District 3 seat on the Lincoln County Recreation Board. Say a second.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Clyde, second by Commissioner Henderson. Any discussion on the motion? Chair is none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion is carried. Let's not forget to remember the Seymour family again in our prayers. That visitation is going on right now. We're going to try to get over there before 8 o'clock. The funeral is a graveside service tomorrow at Double Branches Baptist Church at 11 o'clock if anybody can come. I added at the beginning to go into executive session to discuss some legal matters that the county attorney brought to me this afternoon. Is there a motion that we go into executive session?
I make the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Clyde, second by Commissioner Antonakis. Any discussion on the motion? Chair hears none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion is carried. We're in executive session. We will be back just as quickly as we can with what we talked about. We will be talking about a legal matter. Okay, is there a motion that we come out of the executive session?
I make the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. As I stated, we were in executive session for a little while to talk about some legal matters. No action was taken.
You need a motion to approve.
Oh, okay. We got a motion and a second to come out of executive session. Now, anybody got anything to say? Y'all got me confused now. They don't. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Now, back to what we were saying. There was no action taken. But I need a motion to sign to give, what does this need to say?
Affidavit.
The affidavit, what does it need to say? You got it.
No action is taken.
Motion for you and I to sign the affidavit for executive session.
Okay, I need a motion that the clerk and the chairman sign the affidavit that no votes, what do we sign an affidavit to do?
Just that we were in executive
Okay.
session for legal issues.
We don't go in executive session very often, so I don't know it. Some of them go every time. So is there a motion to give us the authority to sign the affidavit?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Antonakis, second by Commissioner Henderson to sign the affidavit of the meeting of executive session. Any discussion? Chair hears none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion's carried. Is there a motion that we adjourn?
So moved.
There's second. Motion by Commissioner Clyde, second by Commissioner Henderson. Any discussion on the motion to adjourn? Chair hears none. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion stands and we adjourn.